Welcome back to the Adventures of Mac and Anthea, or should I say, the Adventures of Mac and Mike. Yes, Mike's back over again from the UK, over here in Spain. We did a good hike yesterday out by the natural park of Cabo de Gata. We went inland up through the mountains, circled round to a secluded bay, went along the top of the cliffs and also checked out some old fortifications there as well. So really interesting walk, and I'll link that video in to the end of this video. But today we've got something completely different. What we're going to do is, we've been reading online that there's a lot of people who are struggling to find this actual tunnel where we are today, and it's called the Tunnel of Espina. And I've really been struggling to find it. Well, Mike's already recorded this out previously, and then we went down there again yesterday and checked it out. Particularly interesting tunnel, which is really hard to find the entrance to. Not because it's particularly pretty or because it's particularly well built, but it's so long. It goes right under the base of the mountain. We walked for ages through this tunnel. We could see the light at the end, but we didn't seem to get any nearer. And then when we turned back round to look where we come from, that didn't look any closer either. So it was a bit disconcerting. Anyway, nevertheless, we're going to get on with this walk, and we're going to explain exactly where the entrance is. So if you want to go and check out this tunnel, you can do so. And today, just to make it a bit more interesting, we're going to go all the way through the tunnel and see where the path leads at the other end, because you come out the other end of the tunnel there and it's like steep-sided mountains all around you and like a really narrow path running away from it. So that should be quite interesting as well. So, you know, come along and on this little adventure of ours and see how we get on. So I'm going to spin you around. We've parked here, which is probably the best parking area next to the road. This is the road between Mahaca and Cabaneros. We're near the bins, and this is the small village of Sopalmo. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but there you go. That's the sign. So we're going to go up around the corner. I'll give you some landmarks so you can see the first turn you need to take, which takes us down into a rambler. So I'll bring you back in for that in a minute. So we're walking up into the village. We're going by this sort of little plaza bit here, and we're carrying straight on past here along the road. You're only on the road for well, less than 50 metres, I'd say. And we're coming up. This is the view on your right. You can see the sign over there, and some sort of little monument or something here with this fancy tree. So if you look out for that. By there, we're going to step over this crossing here. And we've got a little bar on the corner there, Bar El Sopalona. And what we're taking then is this left down here. Quite a steep slope going down here. This isn't the steepest bit. We go down in a bit. We've probably got like between a 30 and 40% gradient you go down. So yeah, you've got this whole building construction, abandoned building construction on the corner here. So we go by that. Okay. So I'll bring you in as and when there's sort of a landmark, just so you know you're on the right track. Okay, so we've got a sign off here, Camino de Santiago, though, which takes you up there. You don't want that. You just want to carry on down and follow the concrete down, and more or less taking this slope all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so we've come down off the bottom of the slope. We're down onto the sort of the rambler bottom with sort of loose gravel. We're sort of following the road. It's up there to the left there. Just see the barrier up there, and we've got sort of a stonework. I think this is actually a bridge coming up, so yeah, I'll bring you back in for that. So we've got this huge drainage tunnel on our right. Walk straight by that. Old sort of stone wall up there with some drainage holes in it as well. Carry on straight by that. Okay, so we're a bit further down, and we've come to this rather beautiful old stone bridge here, which is the road going down to Cabaneros. Sort of a junction. We're not going up there. What we're doing is we're going in the opposite direction to that bridge and taking a left down into here. Sort of put some concrete down there in the base of there. Not much of a landmark, I know, but it's something to look out for. And yep, we just carry on in this direction. Okay, another bit of a landmark there. We've got this step here built out of rock. So we come down there from the bridge, got a step here, and then it's the rambler again. We keep carrying on along, and there's a sort of another landmark. I don't know if you can pick up the colours there, but the different coloured sort of rocks and soil on the side of that cliff edge there. Another landmark there for you. Okay, and there we are, we're just coming back. Hopefully this camera's picking it up. It's all the different colours, sort of tan, grey, pink, all different colours on this rock face there. Yeah, so we're going straight by that as well. Okay, we've got a little bit further down. There's actually a trail marker here. Right marked on the rock there. So yeah, look out for that and just keep going. Okay, so I think we're at the important bit here. If you look up above, you can see the rock sort of fall coming down from the road there. But what you're looking out for is this sort of graffiti. I'll walk over to it in a minute. Right on this rock over here. So I'll walk you over to it to see what it is. And that's what you're looking for. This graffiti written on here. And this little arrow here. Now, if you're careful, and dead opposite there, you want to be going down this trail, this little single trail here. I'm going to quickly just take you a little way by here so that you can see that there's a marker telling you you've gone too far. Now, you should be able to see that. Now, on that rock there on the corner, there's a cross, and that cross obviously means not that way. But the indication's really, really poor. So yeah, there's the arrow there, and there's Mike starting to go down the trail here. I'll just pan round. There we go, that little trail that Mike's walking down there now is the trail you want, and there's absolutely no indication at all. So there's a crossover on that corner there telling you not to go that way, and there is the graffiti on the wall dead opposite. Okay, let's continue on up to the tunnel. Okay, so we're following a single trail. Mike's gone ahead. You can probably hear Neo in the background there. I've put him on follow just to give you a sort of a different perspective and a better view of where we're actually going, hopefully. Hopefully he's not going to hit any trees or have any accidents. So yeah, just this gentle climb up this single trail path. And I think we're coming up to it now. And there it is. Like, if it's well hidden, and if you didn't know it was there, you'd never find it, and many people have never found it. Okay, so let's get Neo down, and yeah, we'll have a bit of a chat about it. Okay, so we're about to start through the tunnel. It's official, I'm an idiot. We came yesterday down here to explore. We had 2 bags and I left the torch in the other bag. And today I thought, well, we won't bother bringing the chairs, which is what's in the other bag there, so we'll just come straight out of it, we won't need them. And of course the torch is still in that bag, so we still haven't got a torch to go through here. So we're going to do the best we can with 2 phones. You're not going to be missing a great deal anyway. I mean, it's a black hole in the ground, and we're going to start going through this tunnel. About 3/4 of the way down here, there's actually a bit of a cave in as well, so it does get a bit ropey, you know, add to a bit of excitement of it. So let's get on with that. So hopefully it's coming up on camera. That little tiny white dot you can see in the distance is obviously the other entrance or the exit from this direction. It doesn't seem to get any bigger for a long time. Like I was saying, you get walking and walking and walking down it. For, is it actually getting any closer, or is it, you know, is that something painted on there or whatever? I don't know. We keep going and going, and then, like I say, you turn back round, and yeah, the entrance you just come in looks equally as far away as well. So it's a little bit worrying. The camera's really doing really well. I don't know if you see that, Mike, look.
It's better in the camera than it is without it.
Yeah, and the light sensor is amazing on this camera. We're using the DJI Action 5 Pro here. So yeah, if you're thinking of buying a camera and thinking, you know, how good is it? It is dark in here, and this camera is letting me see where I'm going. So yeah, won't film a lot of this. I'll bring you back in and out again as we go. But this is about, we measured it roughly the other day, and it's well over 500 metres long. So we've got 2 torches on the mobile phone, and it doesn't seem to be working that bad actually, especially with the camera. You can see there's a pipe running through it here on the left. There's sort of a cable above, which I assume was probably took an electrical cable for lights originally. So you see, yeah, it looks like it's getting a little bit nearer at that end, a little bit bigger, but when you turn around, that seems a long way away as well. Okay, I think we're going to be coming up to the cave-in bit in a minute, and we're looking quite close to the end. I'll just swing you back round. That's where we've come from. Gotta say, really impressed. Yeah, it's not so good now when I take the light away. Yeah. Okay, let's go on a little bit further, and I think you can only see about 10 metres in front of us. So here we go, this is the cave-in. We just come across this boulder, we thought, well, where the hell's that came from? We couldn't see, but now we can actually. It doesn't look like it's come out the roof, which is, yeah, is good. It looks like it's come out the side wall here. I'll just take a step back so you can see it a bit better. See if I can do it without tripping over the rocks. Yeah, so actually that's just fallen out the side wall a bit there, out the rock. So yeah, well, we never at any time felt like we were in danger or it's dangerous down here. It's well supported and they've sort of mortared all around all the walls and they've got these steel supports in, so yeah, nothing to worry about. Also been a little bit of a cave-in, but that's more of a sort of a landslide from outside, probably due to all the rains. Near the exit down here, you'll see that in a minute. We're nearly out. Lovely and cool down here as you'd expect, and this actually goes all the way through on the base of the mountain. You know, we're really deep underground there. Okay, I think we put the torch off. Okay, and we're out. Still bad me head. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit further along here and I'll give you a little bit of a look at what we've come out to. I mean, you would never know from this end it was here. Yeah, so there it is there. There's the road up ahead, above. I mean, again, you get no idea of height, but that's high up there. And we've got sort of all the way around us here. Okay, so we know absolutely nothing about this trail. We can't even seem to find the exit of this particularly well on Google Maps or anything. It's impossible to find. So we're going to follow this trail down and see where it takes us out. We've got a rough idea of where we want to go and where it's going to end up, but yeah, who knows? You know, careful here again, it's quite steep. We can't really tell on the camera and it's very loose underfoot. So, okay, I don't know how far we're going to go along this. We'll give it a wander because we're obviously in some sort of ramble or gully bottom. See if it opens out onto anything like a wider rambler similar to what we've just come off of. If not, then it's going to be a short video and we're going to be turning back around. Main thing is people can now find the entrance and see for themselves when they want to. Yeah, no, someone's been along here. Probably don't pick up on the camera, there's a footprint there. Okay, and obviously the route to the pipe there, it's been exposed obviously by the weather. No idea what it is, but yeah, that's the pipe we've just obviously followed through the tunnel. It looks the same bore and everything. Okay, let's go on a bit further. We've lots of evidence of someone coming through here, or a couple of people. There's sort of footprints in the sand, and you can probably pick them up on there. Oh, it's widening out. Okay, view of the sea. Mike's done quite a bit of walking in this area, and we're thinking if we get down to the sea, there's no real way back sort of to our left to get us back to where we started. So yeah, it won't be ideal. It would be nice if we could have a right sort of turn in, but take us back round and swing us back round to the rambler we came in on. But like I say, we don't know. As usual on all our walks, very rough underfoot. Here we go, we've got the pipe again. So we're crisscrossing back and forth over it. And I think I can just see it over here again. Yeah, we've been debating what it is, whether it's water, whether it's gas. We'll probably find out. We follow it to the end. It'll end up at the sea with a tampon hanging out the end of it. Okay, looks like the path goes that way, and I think, like Mike says, it's pretty obvious that that's going to end up at the sea. And then we've got this sort of trail here. If it is in fact a trail, and he's looking on Google Earth now to see if actually there's anything marking it that may take us back underneath that bridge you can see up there and swing us back round. Okay, so looking at Google Earth, it looks like this is just a gully going up here. There's no path. We was hoping that you're going to swing us right back round, but it really is quite a distance going through that mountain. It actually goes under that road twice in a big loop. So we're going to go down there a little way further. and see where this brings us out. Right, let's try left. Okay, and it's widening out here again. Oh, some rocks tumbling there. Yeah, I thought I could hear water rushing earlier. Yeah. Yeah, I think it might be the sea. Yeah, I thought that earlier. Okay, we can really hear the sea now. There we go. It's the old controversial hotel which Greenpeace campaigned against for so long. Illegally built, well, not actually illegally built, had permissions to build, but then they decided they didn't have the right permissions. Normal BS you have in Spain. Yeah, but it looks like it's finally going to be taken down that now. It's just too near to the coast, 500-metre rule or something like that. It's once it was up though, I think they may as well have just finished it, it was too late. Okay, so that's it, exactly where this comes out. And here we are. What's that? Yeah. Guy waiting for a delivery. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a path around the bottom of the cliffs.
I wouldn't want to walk through there with that.
No.
That's a bit rough, that, and all the rocks.
It is a bit rough. I think before we trace our steps, we're going to do a little check round here and see if we can actually get round, how safe it is. It ain't really tidal the Mediterranean, but it does come in and out a little bit. Okay, should we go round? So we've had the map out. The next beach along is quite a long way round, so unless there's a clear path, yeah, we're not going to be trying this. But we're going to have a quick look before we dismiss it and retrace our steps. Just thinking ourselves, we were just saying down there, what a great spot for a bit of unofficial importation. Land it here, up that gully and straight through the tunnel to a waiting van. Okay, yeah, that looks like that's it. There's no go in it. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to very, very quickly rewind us all the way back to the back onto the Rambler before we hit the tunnel, and we'll go and see the other beach and see what else there is to see today. Okay, so we're out again. We're going to just stop for a quick sandwich and then we'll go back down to the Rambler and we'll go and check out the next bay along. Okay, so we've come back out to the end of the trail again. You probably see over there behind me is where the graffiti is on the rock. And we're going to continue on down this Rambler this time and go and check out the beach down here. You've been down here, you say already, Mike? Yep. So we've got like a secluded sort of beach.
It's really nice.
Sounds good. Okay, so that's the X, which basically tells you that you're going the wrong way. Okay, so we've made it down to the beach. Hope your audio is not too crappy on here. The external mics seem to give up the ghost, so we're now on the camera mic. Another beautiful little secluded beach down the end of a Rambler. Okay, so we've just had a very relaxing rest here on this custom-made seat. Whoever's made that, thank you very much, that's great. Say goodbye to the sea, and we're going to make our way back up the Rambler. We'll decide whether we're going to go up to that other viewpoint or not, but as we did before, we're not going to do the same footage in reverse. I'll bring you back in if and when we decide to go up that extra trail to the viewpoint. Okay, and we're coming back up to the concrete, and I think you probably see there the lower bit and the higher bit there. Yeah, it's a bit of a drag and it's quite steep up there. Oh. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video. We had a quick look and at that trail up to the viewpoint, but I'm starting to suffer from the blisters I got on yesterday's walk. Mike was game for it, but yeah, no, a bit too much for me, so we've decided to call it a day. I'll leave you a Google pin, you know, for the map reference here at this car park for the start point in the description. So, you know, if you want to go and hunt down and find that tunnel, or you've been tried before in the past and not been able to find it, you'll know where to start. So I think all that remains is to thank you for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.